Hello everyone, I welcome you all to this class on spreadsheets for engineers. And in this class, let's learn about this how to use Countif, Sumif, Countifs, and Sumifs. So basically, Countifs, and Sumifs are basically used whenever there is a criteria defined. Like you know how to count using count formula, and how to create a sum or how to add something using sum or auto sum formula. Like for example, when I say when there are some different criterias or the different conditions, like when I say how many, like you have different names over here, Ram, Arjuna, Krishna, Karna. Like if you wanted to know how many Rams are there over here, or how many Arjunas are there over here, or how many Krishnas or how many Karnas are there over here, then you can use count if. So that is nothing but count if there is a condition. And similarly, they are also having some of the books here, total books. So how many books Ram is having, how many books Karna is having, how many books Krishna is having, or how many books Arjuna is having. So that one I can find out only by using Sumif formula. There is another one called Countifs or Sumifs. That is, it is whenever you are having multiple conditions. Like Ram itself is a condition. How many Ram or how many blue books alone Ram is having, or how many yellow books alone Ram is having. So when you wanted to have with multiple conditions, then you're going to use Countifs. So well, let's say like how many, like if you wanted to find how many books, so like how many blue books or how many, yes, like total number of blue books or total number of yellow books, something like that. So that one you can use it using SUMIF. Okay, without wasting any time, let's try to do, I mean, let's continue this problem. Let's say how to do this. So you see here I have defined some criteria 1, 2, count if, sum if, count ifs, and sum ifs. So let me try to use count if over here. So the formula is count if. So the condition is range. So I wanted to find how many Rams or something are there here. So let me try to select that names over here. That is nothing but the range. So that is nothing but the range, comma, the criteria. Let's say that is the criteria 1. So criteria 1 is nothing but for name. So let me give this color for Countifs and all. So let me give this. So let me close the bracket, enter. Now it is showing 0. Obviously it will show 0. For example, if I enter Ram over here, so it shows 5. So Ram is repeating 5 times. So if I enter Arjuna over here, it enters 4. If I enter Krishna over there, Krishna, so let's see how many times it repeats. It shows 6 times. If I type Karna over there, so it is showing only 2 times. So instead of me typing there always, so why don't we try to create a drop down menu? So what I'll do, I'll just place my cursor over in that cell, go to data, and here there is something called data validation. And here click list, set, go to settings, click list, and in source you can select the different names, Ram, Arjuna, Krishna, Karna. So click OK. And now if you click this cell, you get this drop down menu. So you can just see Ram is repeating 5 times, Arjuna 4 times, Krishna 6 times, and Karna 2 times. So that is how you are using Countif. Suppose if I wanted to use SUMIF. So now let me try to I mean delete that. So it's still this background, I mean this drop down will still be appearing. So now let me use SUMIF. So SUMIF, so how we are going to use? So first you have to define the range. So range is again this one. Now let's find out how many books totally Ram is having. So in Countif we counted how many Rams are there, but here we are going to find out how many books Ram is having. So let's try to click this. So this is nothing but the range. So that is nothing but the range. So comma, the criteria, obviously the criteria will be the names, so this will be the criteria. Now I have to find out the sum range, because I'm finding out the sum, I'm not just counting, I'm just finding out. So I'll just count the sum, total sum of the books. So let me close the bracket. Now let me enter. So obviously it is showing 0. For example, if I try to enter Ram over here, so it is showing count if showing 5 and sum if is showing 91. That means Ram is having total 5 Rams together are having 91 blue books or 91 books. It's not just about blue books, it is about books, 91 books. Arjuna, 4 Arjunas together are having 50 books. So Krishna, 6 Krishnas are having 66 books, and 2 Karnas are having 34 books. So let me try to just click delete over there. Fine. Anyways, the drop down will still be appearing because we have considered the same cell. So the drop down will never change. Now let's use count ifs. Countifs are basically used whenever I told you whenever there are multiple conditions. Here, name is a condition and also color is a condition. Now let me try to use this countifs. So countifs. Okay. Here I have to define the range and then the criteria. So first let's see the range one. Range one is this one. The different names are the range one. So comma the condition or the criteria one. This is the nothing but the criteria one. Comma. For range 2 is obviously the color. Range 2 is the color. So let me just click this and comma and criteria 2 is this one. So now let's close the bracket and enter. So it is again showing 0. Okay, now if I try to just click ram over here, it will still show 0 because here I have not defined anything. So if I have to type over blue something over here, blue. Okay, so ram with the blue book is only 3, but total number of rams are 5, but ram with a blue book is only 3 totally. So other maybe ram with an yellow book or something. There are 2 rams with an yellow book. So if I even here if I have to create a drop down, I can simply go to data validation and I can click this cell and click go to data validation and go to list and type out the different colors over here or select the different colors over here. But if I wanted to get correctly, for example, you can just see ram is having only a blue book and an yellow book. There is no he doesn't have a pink book or a green book. Suppose if I click ram over here, I have to get only blue book or yellow book here. So only in that way I have to get. So what I have done is, you can just see here below, I will first list out all the different names which are used here in this table: Ram, Arjuna, Krishna and Karna. And under each name I have also listed out what are the different books they have. So Ram is having a blue book and a yellow book, Arjuna is having a yellow book and a pink book, Krishna is having a pink book and a green book, while Karna is having only a green book. So after listing out all what I have done, what I'll be doing now is, I'll just select all these 4: Ram, Arjuna, Krishna and Karna. Go to this name box and enter that as names. Enter. Now what I'll do, I'll select this blue and yellow and I'll enter that as under Ram. So I'll name it as Ram. Enter. Now I'll select yellow book and pink book and I'll name it as Arjuna. Enter. Now I'll select pink and green. I'll name it Krishna. Enter. I'll select green and I'll name it Karna. So now things become much easier. So once you do all this, so it will look much, it will be much easier. So now what I'll do is, I'll go back to this Countifs. So here, so this is nothing but the criteria blue. So what I'll do, I'll just go back to this data validation here. I have selected that. So what I can do, I can just go back to list over here. So here you have to type indirect, open the brackets and select this criteria 1 and close the brackets. So enter. So now obviously see automatically a drop down appears. So you see, if now for Ram only blue book and yellow book appears and Ram with an yellow book. Suppose if I change the name over here, Arjuna, it will just show me yellow book and pink book. So yellow book and pink book. So it is showing me clearly. If I just type over Krishna over here, so it is showing pink book and a green book. If I select Karna over here, it is showing only a green book. So you can see only that particular selected ones shows. That is an advantage of using this. Next, finally you have Sumifs. So Sumifs, the formula will be equal to Sumifs. So first let's select the sum range. Here you are going to select the sum range over here first. That is first very important. And then next you are going to select the names. Names here is what you are going to select. Names are the range 1. Next one is, so you are going to select the criteria 1. Next the colors. And finally that's colors is nothing but range 2, and finally range 2. Close the brackets. Enter. So you got that as, okay, you just got that as well. So what I have done there is, I have first selected the sum range over here. So Sumifs is totally different. First I have selected the sum range and then I have selected the range 1, then the criteria 1. So criteria 1, then the range 2, and then the criteria 2. So now what I'll do, I'll just select ram over here. So okay, it is showing 0. So because, yeah, because it was criteria 2 had not been selected. So blue, yellow, you can just see all these changes. So next, if I change Karna over here, Arjuna over here, yellow book and a pink book, obviously things will change. And then Krishna over here, pink book, yes, and a green book. So, and Karna, finally Karna is having, totally there are two number of Karnas, the total books of 34, and Karna with a green book also, there are only two people with the 34 books. So let me just choose something else. So Ram with a blue book. So totally there are five number of Rams. Ram with a blue book, totally Ram is having 91 books, and totally Ram with a blue book is 3, and Ram with a blue book total books are 53. So I hope you have understood this. So let's meet in some other video as soon as possible.